Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever you find this. Oh, I got a special surprise today. Been wanting to get my hands on this knife forever now, and finally I was able to pull the trigger. As you can see in the box, it's a Microtech. Never compromise. Setting the standard for precision cutlery since 1994. So what do we have here? 100% American made. Stitch. Ram-Lok SE fluted tan stone wash partially serrated. oh. Just super excited. Okay, here we go into the Microtech swag. And it talks about folding. It's a product manual, Microtech sticker, and some various things, knife care, follow the action. Oh, and it talks about some of their folding, their Ram-Lok folders. So very cool. So let's put this away. How do we put it away? I don't even know. Okay, there we go. To be continued, Microtech swag. We'll leave that right there. Caution, sharp edge, inspected by. Okay, that's very cool because, you know, I've had purchased a lot of knives, never had one with an inspected by. So let's look at it. Stitch 01-2025. I'm assuming that is, this knife was manufactured in January of 2025. Fluted aluminum handle, I believe. I'm fairly certain this is aluminum. This is the Ram-Lok. Lots of jimping on the back spacer. This knurled jimping on the front of the knife. Just I mean, if you know Microtech, which I'm sure a lot of you do, they're known for their quality control, their durability, their build quality. This sucker is stout, and I like stout knives. Now, first try, never been fooled with. Let's see if it opens easily. I'm trying to position my hand so you can see. Okay. Relatively easy for the first try. Oh Lord, that is freaking sharp. Let's put it down here so you can get a look at the profile. And just for giggles, I will put its big brother by Borka right next to it. So it's funny, the Stitch actually has a larger handle, it seems like, but the cutting edge on the Borka SB1 is longer and a little bit more of a belly. So, but I think we've already talked about this guy. Still more to come on this Kydex sheath. So I was at Blade Show in Atlanta, and I was kind of torn between the Ram-Lok and the automatic with the Stitch. And the guy at Microtech he said, well, you know, it's sort of like a semi-automatic pistol versus a revolver. I was like, that sort of makes sense. Let's see how, boy, that was easy. Deploys super easy. Just, you know, not a speck of any sort of flaw that I could tell. Very, very cool. And this serration is wicked, you know. Not a cheap knife, but the guys at Midway, they had a sale, and with the discount, I got almost 30, 35, 40 bucks off of and free shipping. So I said, you know, been wanting it, and let's pull the trigger. And I did. It's got a good weight. You know, it's funny because of the balance. Let's see where the balance really. Not so much. I mean, it's right on that lock, really. This knife feels lighter when it's open. Yeah, and it's all in the balance. So, you know, however you want to hold this guy, just very nice, impressive. Thank you, Microtech, for putting out cool things for me to spend my money on. But, you know, first impressions, ridiculously sharp. I mean, just almost scary sharp. I'm gonna have to get used to this Ram-Lok mechanism, just because this is the first knife I've ever purchased with this in particular. But I feel like that's pretty easy to overcome. Build quality, very nice, very solid. You know, comfort level is just, the ergonomics on this is just ridiculous. Very good. Stabby, slashy. I could talk about with my knives. I like purpose-built knives, and this one is too. You know, the serrations, I kind of went back and forth. Do I want serrations or not? The partial serrations kind of did it for me. I'm like, let's go with there. I don't have many serrated edge knives. However, in a lot of sense, it's the aesthetic of it, not the function of it, that steers me away from serrations. Although serrations can be a pain in the ass to sharpen. With this guy, you know, I only see myself sharpening the front half of the blade. So, M390 MK. I talked to Mike from Microtech. You might see him on their show online. I asked him, well, okay, what's the MK for the M390? Is there a difference between M390, M390 MK? He said the MK is just for Microtech. So basically they buy enough steel, enough Bowler M390 to have their own stock. So that's the only difference. There's no, you know, anyone tells you, oh, you need the MK 390 versus regular 390, they're trying to just sell you. So you know, don't fall for that. Other than that, beautiful knife. I like it a lot. It will go into the rotation, you know. Anyone else have a stitch out there? Let me know. What do you use it for? What do you like the most about it? You know, for me, honestly, I would love if they made a stitch that was sharpened on both sides. That would just be very cool to me. So, okay. You know, with every one of my knives, regardless of who they are, I oil them. You know, this certainly needs to be broken in, but you know, I will give it a good lubrication, and we will go from there. But yeah, super cool. Very pleased with the Microtech stitch. Hope everyone has a great day, and remember, life is hard. Don't complain. Till next time.